Ciao everyone, it's Marchettino and today we're chatting in my office to keep talking about pharaonic car collections. In the previous episode we've talked about the rather insane car collection of the Sultan of Brunei, and the video made a lot of people upset, but I get it. It's frustrating to see that a single person is able to buy so many cars and just let them sit in the garage to collect dust. This is not what a real petrolhead would do. And today we're gonna talk about a crazy car collection that it doesn't have 1,000 of cars like the Sultan, but at least it has around 100 very good cars, hypercars, one-offs, but the good thing is that the owner drives all his cars on the road and also on track. So today we're gonna talk about Testarossa Sam's car collection. Of course, this is a nickname. The owner is a Chinese billionaire with a great passion for supercars, hypercars and also race cars. I wanna say thank you to Alex Penfold Photography for letting me use all the materials you're going to see in the video, because he took pictures to most of the car collection. I think you have already heard about this guy, mostly because he is the owner of two very special cars, the Ferrari F12 TRS. It's a one-off limited to 2 units made just for him, and the Rolls-Royce Sweptail, a unique Rolls-Royce with a cost of about 11 million euros. So these are just a few of the very special and expensive cars of the collections. And these aren't even the best ones, so now let's have a look at the others. What I love about this guy is that he really enjoys all his cars. He even ships his cars all around the world and uses them mostly around the track. I think his favorite racetrack is Yas Marina, because that's the main place where he used them all. And just to let you know what you can do when you are worth billions, when us normal petrolheads want to enjoy the car on the track, we go on track days. And what about when a billionaire wants to enjoy the racetrack? Of course, he rented it all for himself. And I know the average price to rent exclusively some Italian racetracks, and I can say that renting Yas Marina just for you, I think it can cost easily 20 or even 30,000 euros per day. Which, yeah, basically it's all relative. When you are a billionaire, I think 30,000 euros is nothing. It's peanuts. Also, he doesn't rent the track once in a while, but he does that quite often. Back in 2017, I went to Yas Marina to say hello to an Italian friend of mine that he works there, and surprise, I found Testarossa Sam. I couldn't get in the pit lane to see the cars closely, so I just went for a walk around the paddock. And honestly, I was quite shocked to see so many slick tires, mechanics, and the box filled of cars. I think I've counted at least 30 of them. The atmosphere was quite unreal because it felt like to be on a racing weekend. And then I realized that all the circus that was going on there was made just for one single person. This is insane. But I mean, if I was a billionaire, I would do the same thing. And what I love about this guy is not that just he uses all his cars very often, but he even shares his cars with his friends. So guys, if you have the phone number of this guy, could you please share it to me, because I would really like to become a friend of him. I really admire this guy for using his cars like they're meant to. And now let's talk in detail about his insane car collection. Let's start with the pricing wars, because any respectable car collection must have at least one Ferrari. And guess what? Testarossa Sam has quite a few Ferrari models. And well, let's start by the most famous Ferrari belonging to his collection, the F12 TRS. TRS means Testarossa Sam. The TRS is a one-off made in just 2 units, all for him, one painted red and the other one in a very particular shade of grey that nearly looks like chrome. I got to see the grey TRS in the paddock. I couldn't get close, but I can guarantee you that witnessing a one-off Ferrari is a very exciting and rare sight. And I think, alongside all the one-off models that Ferrari has built, I think the F12 TRS is one of the most enjoyed cars, because most of them just sit in the garage like an investment. He has quite a few F12 actually, because in his collection we can find a whopping 3 TDF models, one painted grey, another one in yellow and another one in blue. I really like the way he specs his cars actually. And of course, any respectable Ferrari car collection must include also the latest Hypercar. This is his red LaFerrari that hasn't ended very well because he crashed the car around Cortina. But don't worry, he has a second LaFerrari to play with. And of course, when you have a LaFerrari and you are a billionaire, you have to make the Holy Trinity. Just look at this beautiful picture. He has also a P1 and a 19 Spider to play. He also has multiple 458 between race cars and road-going cars. Just look at this 458 GT, it must be good fun to drive. And to enjoy also on the road, he has quite a few 458 Speciale, 2 Coupe and 1 Speciale Aperta. I really like the indigo blue color chosen for the Speciale Aperta. This is the same color and configuration he has gone for several other Ferrari models. And of course, if you want proper Ferrari track weapons, just look at this. I love this white pearl Ferrari FXX. And of course, he has also the brother, the FXXK, which looks very similar to the red LaFerrari that is crashed. He really owns some pretty incredible Ferrari models. Just look at this. This is not a regular Ferrari F40. This is an F40 GTE, which is limited to just 5 units. So, renting the racetrack just for you and a very special Ferrari F40. Well, this is truly a life goal. And what about this? This Ferrari F50 is extremely rare because this is an F50 GT1. It's limited to just 3 units and one of them is owned by Ferrari himself. I think I could talk about Ferrari for hours because he has many. So last but not least, this is the last Ferrari I'm talking about in the video. Testarossa Sam has 2 Ferrari 355. I really like the fact that he has a huge car collection and after all, he has the 355. So he enjoys this Spider with manual gearbox and also this GTS like mine, but fitted with the F1 transmission. Testarossa Sam's car collection is quite a lot of variety and well, if you define yourself a car enthusiast and you have the real money, you must have a McLaren F1 and he has a very one special because the one you see is an F1 GTR long-tail race car. And look at this, it makes me feel GT1 nostalgia. He has also a very rare Mercedes CLK LM. The 4GT is possibly one of the best cars I have ever driven and Testarossa Sam has 5 of them. I don't get that, it feels so Sultan of Brunei. As if 5 weren't enough, he also has the track-only version. But at least he truly enjoys them, and alongside the new ones, he also has the previous generation, the one with the raw V8. It seems like that he really likes Bugatti as well, because he has 4 of them. Let's start from the older one. Look at this AB110 Dower. Look at it closely. It's made entirely in carbon fiber, just crazy. And then he has also this pretty menacing Veyron Supersport, and also the latest one, the Chiron, as well as an upcoming Chiron Sport that you can see in this rendering. We don't really hear about the Aston Martin 177 very much because, well, just 77 have been made, and mostly are sitting in a garage to collect dust like a sort of investment. But it's not the case of Testarossa Sam because this is his beautiful 177 that he also enjoys on the track. You only live once, so if you have cars like this, just use them. He has also a couple of more rare Aston Martin models, just like this beautiful duo of Vanquish Zagato in Coupe and Roadster. Let's continue to talk about British cars, because I've already mentioned the Rolls-Royce Sweptail. I got to see the car back in 2017 when the car was unveiled during the Concorso d'Eleganza of Villa d'Este around Lake Como. This car is quite impressive actually, it's so big, it looks like a yacht on wheels. And as I said, this project is the result of more than 2 years of work of Rolls-Royce, and the project has an estimate cost of about 11 million euros by making the Sweptail the brand new most expensive car ever sold. It's curious to see that Testarossa Sam has more than 100 cars, but he doesn't really have many Lambos, because as far as I know, he has just this not so sober Lamborghini Aventador Roadster fitted with a Liberty wall kit. Basically, it's the total opposite of the Rolls-Royce Sweptail. I also like the fact that he goes on the track with the Aventador, even though this is not really a proper track car. When it comes to track days, using the car on the track, probably the smartest choice is Porsche. When you buy a Porsche, you buy a car that you can use pretty much everywhere. And of course, the car collection of Testarossa Sam has quite a few of them. He really likes the GT3, in fact, he has this 991 GT3 RS, as well as a couple of race cars, like this GT3 RSR made entirely in carbon fiber, looks pretty badass, as well as a few more GT3 Cab converted for a road use, and last but not least, also this lovely Cayman GT4. Unlike the Sultan of Brunei, it's good to see that outside there are people that are able to afford so many crazy and insane cars, and at the same time they know to enjoy and use them. So basically, Testarossa Sam just needs his own personal racetrack, and who knows, maybe actually he has one. I will keep searching for other insane car collection, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching. Ciao!